Now to the 8-day trip to space, turning into 8 months. NASA now saying it is keeping 2 astronauts in the space station there until February and not risking bringing them back on Boeing's troubled Starliner. This morning, NASA revealing new details about when the stranded Starliner astronauts will return to Earth. The agency saying Saturday it will not risk bringing astronauts Butch Wilmore and Suni Williams back home aboard the Boeing Starliner. And instead, they'll have to wait till February 2025 to return on a SpaceX Crew Dragon. NASA officials saying there was too much uncertainty about the Boeing Starliner after discovering helium leaks and faulty thrusters.
Space flight is risky, even at its safest.
The SpaceX Crew Dragon was originally launching with a crew of 4 astronauts on board. The mission to space, called Crew 9, will now only have 2 astronauts on board to make room for Wilmore and Williams on the ship's return in February.
The easiest and best option was to configure the Crew 9 vehicle with a couple empty seats on the way up.
3, 2, 1, ignition, and liftoff.
Wilmore and Williams will now become official members of that Crew 9 mission and remain in space for an additional 6 months, after already being delayed for 2 months on what was originally planned as an 8-day mission. As for the Boeing Starliner, it will come back to Earth without any humans on board. And the Boeing Starliner has been troubled from the start. Technical issues kept it grounded for years, but Boeing and NASA remind us that this was always meant to be a test mission and that both astronauts always knew that a longer stay was possible. But test mission or not, it's clear that they do not believe that this Starliner is safe enough to bring them back on board. So we're going to have to watch that and see what happens when the Starliner comes back empty.
So much to keep an eye on, and certainly don't want to risk anything.
Absolutely.
We know you'll be watching it closely. Thanks, Gio.